So from owning my own pool, I guess I had no choice but to learn a couple of things about taking care of a pool. Now, I know most people will probably take the easy way, which is actually just paying somebody to maintain your pool every week. But you don't have to pay nobody to maintain your pool. Learn to maintain your pool yourself. You're going to save yourself a bunch of money. Because some of these people really overcharge you for actually maintaining your own pool. Now, I have went through the worst of it. I done had this water turn completely green. I done had my pump stop working. I done had my jet stop working. My filter, everything was acting up. So from that happening, I have did my due diligence and I've learned a lot about pools. So now the typical thing that you should be doing every single day is what I'm going to be showing you today, is how to maintain your pool for yourself. So the first thing you always got to do is make sure you empty these. All right. Pull this up, whatever is in it, empty it. Always empty these things every single day. All right, when you finish emptying it, you make sure there's a little flap in here, right? You make sure you can move it, make sure it's working, because you want to make sure that whatever is in here, if the jets push anything, that opens up, it goes in here and it traps in here. If that's not working, that's a problem. You need to make sure that flap is opening. And usually it's two of them. So I have one here. All right, here goes the next one. As you can see, that one is good. And I'm gonna check the flap right now. Make sure the flap is working. Yep, it's working. All right, so we're done with the first step. Second step, let's run over here. Not run, but let's power walk. All right, I never use this diving board because I don't know how to swim, so don't judge me, leave me alone. Right here is where your basket is. So in here, you're always supposed to empty this. So what you do, turn it off, click off, turn it off, and then open it. It's easier with two hands, but one hand for the video. You open it, you take this out, the basket, you empty this basket. All right, make sure you get all the stuff out of it. All right, and here got some holes, so you always just push your hand in there just to double check to make sure nothing is in there that could be blocking everything from running freely. So boom, then you put this back and make sure you put it back the same way that you got it out. There's a hole here and there's a hole right here, and you got to make sure you put it back in the same way. Okay, so whatever way you take it out is the way you put it back in. So when you're pulling it up, just make sure you look to see where the hole is to make sure when you're putting it back in, it goes back in the same way. Okay, then you put this on and you boom. Let's lock it real quick. Make sure it's closed properly. Boom. That, and then in here where this is the flow, and in here usually there's some stuff in here where you could just empty out. So basically they have a mesh in here, so you unscrew this. Let me see if I can get the tool for it because it's kind of tight. So honestly, I should only be able to use my hand to open this thing, but because they put it so tight, I actually had to get this tool to open it. So when you put it back, don't use this, use your hand to tighten it. All right, so I'm going to open it right now. All right, so I loosened it up a little. I'm gonna use my hand for the rest of it. All right, so you screw it off completely, right? And I'm gonna show you guys the mesh that comes inside of it. Watch. You open this, pull this to the side a little bit, and boom, here goes the mesh. Do you guys see how dirty that is? So you gotta clean that. All right, so you clean that off. And then in here, let me show you guys. In here, it actually has a lot of stuff in here. So what I'm gonna do is try to get that out. So what I do with mine is do a quick timed run. Double click, quick time run, and basically it pushes the water that's in here out. Get all the stuff that's in there out. Click off. Only do that for a couple seconds, and see, now it's completely clean. I'm going to get the mesh, put it back, make sure you put it back flushed. Turn this back around. Make sure you line it up properly. All right, I'm trying to do this with one hand, so bear with me. I just want you guys to get a close-up view of what I'm doing. So I'll make sure that's aligned properly. Start screwing it. While you're screwing it, you can adjust the thing to make sure it's lined up properly. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so you tighten it as much as you can with your hand, right? And then you press auto, turn it back on. It's going to start running. When you're running it, you got to make sure that when this starts running, it's not leaking water. You should know what this is. This is the cell. This is what makes the chlorine for the water. But as you can see, it's not leaking, which is good. It's running properly. I might have to do a backwash soon. As you can see, my filter is almost dirty. And if you ever had that problem with the filter, like I did, where the filter was dirty, I learned how to do it myself, which is taking out the filter, getting it cleaned. Make sure you never get your filter dipped in acid to clean it. If they recommend it, tell them no, I don't want that, because what happens is the acid eats away of the filter and the lifespan of the filter depreciates and go down. You want to make sure you go to a pool place that actually use, like, I think it's called ENZYME or something like that, and they actually put it overnight, leave it in there, soak it, and when you give it back to you, it's good. Or you could even wash it off by yourself. Get a hose it down if it's not that bad, wash it off, put it right back in, make sure the tank is clean and stuff like that. But that's the typical stuff that I do every day to make sure my pool is good. I guess I'll make a separate video for the backwash, because that takes a little time. But definitely, if you guys did like this video and you guys do want to see me make more videos about, I guess, a pool and how to maintain a pool, or and different stuff that I've learned over the duration of having it, then make sure you guys are definitely subscribed. Make sure you guys are following me on Instagram, and make sure you guys leave a like, share the video, share it with your friends. All right, you already know what it is. All right, take it out with a bang. 1, 2, 3.